Welcome to another Rogue Redstone gaming tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a volcano-style mini golf course that actually erupts when you make the shot. As you can see, we come over here. Oh, we got to make the shot good. Alright, as you can see, it erupts just like a real volcano. And as soon as it's done erupting, we give our ball back here. And you can also make a trick shot off the side here. And same thing, when you hit the back hole over there, the volcano erupts again. So let's go ahead and jump into building this. So for this build, we are going to need a 64 by 30 wide space to build this in. As you can see, I have everything laid out from the front part of the course to the volcano with the material list on the side. If you need to go ahead and pause that. We're going to go ahead and jump into building the first part here. Alright, for the first part of this build, as there are multiple different elevation changes, I color-coded each section inside the template to let you know how far you have to dig down in each section there. Please let me know how you like this in the comments. So I'll let you get a good look at that on the screen here, and we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Pause this if you need to. Alright, so to get started on this, we're going to come to the very front of our build, and we're going to go down to the very deepest magenta, which is 12 blocks down. And we're going to count back 2 from the front here. And then on this third block here, let's knock out these 3 blocks. And let's go ahead and dig down 8 more blocks. Once you have that 1 by 3 section dug out, let's go ahead and grab our lava bucket and go down here and place 3 buckets of lava, with potent sulfur on top of those, and water on top of that. And let's go ahead and fill this in 3 deep. Make sure to hit every block. Alright, now that we have our geyser functioning, that should bring us all the way up to the top block there. Let's go ahead and cap that off right this second. Alright, and then let's go ahead and put in the wall right behind it. So let's come up all the way to the top. Let's actually leave 1 block off there so we can put in our lime concrete for decoration. Let's go ahead and do this around all 3 corners or 4 corners. On the back one here, let's go ahead and start 1 underneath the sides. And let's go ahead and bring that all the way up to the top. Let's leave the bottom open though, so that way our ball can make it into that return area, because this will be what carries our ball back. So let's go ahead and top this off with the lime concrete now. And we can go ahead and fill this area in here as well. Awesome. So let's go ahead and break those blocks now. Let's test everything out. Go for a ride up our ball chute. Alright. And successfully returned. So now let's go ahead and grab our water bucket out. And at the very end of this here, ending on the green, which is 8 blocks down, let's go ahead and I'm going to take this carpet off. And then I'm going to add 1 more block back here. So at the end of that area, we should have 3 blocks total. And I'm going to put in our 3 water buckets. So that should carry us all the way down here. Right on. And so let's go ahead and grab our blue ice out. And let's knock these 6 blocks out. Let's go ahead and fill this all in with blue ice. Alright, now if that's done here, let's grab our water bucket again. And right down at the bottom one here, let's go forward 1 block from this, and let's put some water on each side. So that should make it where our ball runs all the way until it only has 2 blocks of ice to slide until it goes back up. Alright, now that we have our full ball return area set up, let's go ahead and put in our holes. So from the middle of this area, let's go ahead and count back 6 blocks. let's make our first hole-in-one. So I'm going to use some pearlescent frog light to go ahead and illuminate this hole a little better for nighttime use. Alright, and let's go ahead. Any block of choice. I'm personally going to be using polished cinnabar. We're going to be pulling down 6 blocks off the sides. And you'll notice that'll bring us all the way down to our yellow area. And then 7 blocks off the back and the front as well. Alright, now that we have that one put in, let's go ahead and pull back another 10 blocks off the middle of that. And never mind my dog snoring in the background. And we're going to make another hole back here. This will be for our trick shot around the side. Personally going to be using the ochre frog light to mark the back hole, but you can use whatever you'd like. Alright, knock that out here. And then we're going to be pulling down 3 blocks off the back and the sides here. And then 2 blocks off the front. And once we have that put in on the front, let's go ahead and go out another 2 blocks. And then down 1. And then we're going to continue to take that down 1 and back 1 until we get down into our ball return area. At that point we can actually just go ahead and fill that in. Alright, and then let's go ahead and fill in the sides here as well. Just so it leaves nowhere for that ball to go. Alright, right on. So, now that we have that all set up, let's go ahead and make our water hazard area. Knock these blocks out here real quick. And let me go ahead and grab our next set of materials. Alright. So, grab the slime block and off the front part of the first hole here, put in a 2x3 section of slime block, and then pull out our waxed oxidized cut copper stairs, or whatever you want to use. Put those on the back area, and then slabs going around the front and the sides. Alright, I'm going to pull out our light blue concrete here, and put in our base for the surrounding area for the water hazard. Alright, after you get that put in here, go out by another 2 over here, pull back 2, and then we're going to pull back 6 on this one here. Do the same thing on the other side, come out 1, pull back 2, come out 1, and pull back 6. And we're going to come in and back 1, we'll finish this off just like that. Alright, so go ahead and grab our polished cinnabar slab, and let's go ahead and decorate the top of this. Great. So let's go ahead and finish off the decoration for our water hazard area. Let's go ahead and put some grass block in here on both sides. And some flowering azalea leaves right in the back area here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and grab our light blue concrete again. And we're going to make 3 more layers around the bottom side here. Alright, so now that we have that pulled down a total of 4 blocks underneath our polished cinnabar slab, let's go ahead and go into this area where we decorated here, and let's put a block right behind this flowered azalea leaf, Another block right here, making sure to leave that open. Let's do that on both sides. And let's go ahead and pull those down all the way to yellow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more blocks down. Alright, let's go ahead and do that from the flowered azalea leaf as well. And right off the back, these are going to be our columns for our geysers. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side here. Alright, and then let's go ahead and make a column right here too for our front geyser. Alright, great. So now that we have all those little columns put in, let's go ahead and fill in our floor. And make sure to leave that hole open. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and put some platforms around the sides and the back of this for our redstone. So off of this corner here, where this block starts, we're going to come down here. I'm going to pull back 5. All the way to the wall. And then over. Another 6 blocks. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Four for that one. No, we do need the 5 actually. Need to come down one more just like that. So that should look just like that inside. Alright. Finish that off here. Alright, so now that we have all 3 platforms put in and then our ball area corrected, we can go ahead and move on to our next step of putting the redstone in. So I'm going to grab our next set of materials. Starting with the sticky pistons here, we're going to go inside these columns. And then I'm just going to go ahead and right where these columns are, we're going to bust a block out right there. And we're going to do that in all 3 areas. So right where that column is, come down here and bust a block out. And from the inside of the column here, come in and we'll put in our pistons, and I'll use the magenta concrete to throw in front of those pistons. That's going to go ahead and block off our geysers when we want them to, giving that random geyser effect. You can use just the magma cube and the water and the potent sulfur as well to get the random geyser effects, but I don't like the it's a little bit too slow for me. So alright, so now that we have all 3 of our pistons put in, let's go ahead and grab our redstone comparators, and then so all the way over the side here, let's come over 1, so we're 2 out from the wall. Let's go back 1, and then let's put 3 redstone repeaters right behind those, and then another 3 going backwards. Redstone dust, just like that. And we'll put in another redstone repeater here. And some blocks right on the side of this torch. And let's go ahead and put a torch right behind here for now as well. And then redstone dust right next to this torch. So when we power that on, this torch should turn off. And then let's go ahead and do that to all 3 of these pistons. So we're going to do that from this side on the back. We're going to go all the way over. And let's put in our comparator. 3 repeaters. Redstone. Oops, don't need that there. Let's go ahead and put that redstone torch in to power that up. And let's go ahead and put in our blocks, put our redstone, and our redstone torch, and then our repeater going into that. See how that powers off. Redstone dust right next to that. And let's go ahead and do that on the same side over here. So 2 away from the wall. Put our comparator. 3 repeaters going in this direction. 3 repeaters going back. Redstone dust going back into that comparator. Redstone dust to finish off the loop in the back. Redstone torch to ignite the whole thing. And put in our blocks. Let's see here. Might have done that one too short here, so let's go ahead and fix that there. Alright. So grab our comparator, our 3 repeaters. Main thing is we want to have the redstone repeater going into that torch to power it off. So it doesn't really matter where your platform is, just as long as that's working correctly. That's irritating me. I'm going to knock that out for now. Alright, so now that we have all 3 of those in, let's go ahead and grab our water bucket. Let's go ahead and fill in our columns here. So or actually, let's grab our lava bucket, I should say. So, at the bottom of each column, let's put lava, potent sulfur, lava, potent sulfur on top, and then 1, 2, and we're just going to do the 2 for right now. Actually, no, let's go ahead and fill in all the way to the top here. Let's go and fill in 4. Do the same thing over here. 4. Alright. Let's go ahead and put in a 5th one on both of those. That should actually stop steaming for right this second here. Put in the lava on the other one here. And put sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go ahead and fill in the rest of our pool, and when we do that, this will stop steaming again. Alright, so now that we have that all filled in, let's go ahead and come over to our comparators, and let's put these all on subtraction mode. Alright, and as you can see, we have our intermittent geysers here, and if you want to change the timing on these things, just mess with these repeaters. I like to slow this one down here on the left by maxing out these first 2. And then on back here, I'll max out these first 2. I'll add 1 extra tick for the 3rd. You can kind of get the drift. Max out these 2. Oops. This one here. And we'll do 2. So you just get kind of a intermittent geyser effect in your water hazard area. Slow that one down a little bit too much. Actually, let's put that one back to the 1. Alright, so now that we have our water hazard area all working and functioning, let's go ahead and moving into the redstone to make the actual volcano fire after we get our shot. Grabbing our next set of materials here. Let's go ahead and go into the bottom of each one of these holes. And so, counting down 1, or total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Let's go ahead and put tripwire hooks. This is on the first hole, and some string. Alright, that'll activate both those tripwire hooks. And then on the outside here, let's go ahead and take our repeaters. And let's put 2 repeaters coming out of these cinnabar blocks here. As you can see, that's just right above our tripwire hooks. Alright, and then some redstone. Let's go ahead and wrap that around. That's wrapping around our little geyser column here. Bring this all the way up. And this shouldn't require a repeater here, but I like to put one in just for good luck. Alright, so now we have that put in here. Let's finish off the tripwire hooks in the back hole. So as you can see, we're not going down as far on this one here. We're only going down to the third block. And putting those hooks in. And the string. To activate both those. So let's go ahead and go over to the left side of this one as well. And let's put in our repeaters. So right off those bottom blocks. And let's go ahead and put in our redstone dust as well. And let's go ahead and finish this off. We'll wrap this around the back, and then we'll bring this right to the middle. For right now, let's go ahead and throw in a dispenser with some fireworks. And that way we can test both these holes to see if they're working. So we'll go down in here, go through the tripwire hooks. Alright, we got our fireworks. Let's go ahead and test this one over here. Alright, that one's working as well too. That's perfect. So now that we have all the redstone mechanics done for this first part, we can actually grab our lime concrete and let's go ahead and fill everything in. Alright, for right now, I'm going to leave this little back area open just so we can get back in there and access the redstone again here. For now, we can grab our polished cinnabar slab, come around to the front, and let's go ahead and put some cinnabar slabs in, just like this here. And that's where we're going to stop the slabs. Do that on both sides. And we'll switch over to our polished cinnabar block. Back. We're going to stop right here. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to leave that open for right now. Got all our cinnabar decoration in. Go ahead and grab our next set of materials here. Alright, we're going to come back to that back part of the course, and we're going to fill this in with some slime blocks here. You can replace those blocks if you don't already have them with some grass. I'm going to go ahead and leave them in there for some light decoration though. Alright, now we're going to come back into our little area we left open. We're going to knock out that dispenser. And as you can see, that leads right back into our volcano area. So I'll knock out a few blocks here. As you can see, I already have this dug out. Coming off of this repeater, we're going to add in 11 pieces of redstone dust. So let's just make it 10 for right now. Add in that repeater. And another piece of redstone dust. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. Take out our comparators, and let's put in 3 comparators going that direction. Turn around and put 3 more comparators going back the other direction. We'll finish that off with redstone dust to connect the circuit back there. 2 pieces of redstone dust like that in the front. Repeater coming off the side. Another piece of redstone dust, and then right off to the side here in front, we're going to put a comparator going that direction. Another comparator going back into that redstone repeater. And then redstone dust on the front and the back. 1 off to the side. Take out a block of choice, and we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So that should bring you right to the center. Put in another block just like that. Put in a sticky piston with a block of redstone on top of that. Now we're gonna put in 2 repeaters and finish off that redstone dust to connect that there. And this will essentially activate our eruption on the volcano when we hit the ball. Alright, so now that we have that done, we can pull out our light blue concrete and pull out 1, 2, 3, 4 from each side of that block of redstone. And we're actually going to make that little pattern that I have on the ground there in the air. And then we're going to go ahead and put repeaters going in each one of these blocks. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our redstone dust and make sure it doesn't actually go over the block of redstone, just to the block right in front of it. So we're going to connect everything just like that. And then take out our redstone torches, and let's put redstone torches on top of all these blocks. Alright, and then as you can see, if we do connect this here, all the redstone torches will go off, and that's exactly what we want. So we're going to go ahead and do this a few more times here. And so when we get done here, we should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And as you can see, when we get to the top of this one here, when we put in a sticky piston, it'll extend. And so we're going to continue that all around. Do that for these here as well, and the one on the other side. Alright, so now that we have all those put in, grab our sticky pistons, and let's go ahead and put sticky pistons facing inwards off all those blocks. Bring out, well, actually let's go ahead and grab our next set of materials here. Have our polished cinnabar. Let's go ahead and fill that all in. Alright, now that we have that done, we can go ahead and pull down 5 blocks off these extended pistons here. Alright, now that we have that done here, we can go ahead and go 1 block underneath there, and this will be the area that we're going to put our lava in. Awesome. Alright, so now that we have our eruption chamber made for our volcano, as you can see right now it's completely sealed up here. We're going to come down here and put a redstone torch into this circuit here, which should ignite everything to open this up. Alright, now that we got that here, let's go ahead and move on to our next set of materials, and let's go ahead and make that eruption chamber. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab our lava bucket and First of all, let's go ahead and extend this middle block all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to put in lava down here. Just make sure all those are completely filled up. And we're going to put in our potent sulfur. And finally, our water. And once again, make sure that all blocks get completely filled. We're going to do 3 layers of this. Alright, as you can see, we have a massive eruption there. Right on. And it should be right underneath the block that closes. Cool. So, when we undo this redstone torch, because we put in our little comparator circuits, it should take a second to shut off. Alright, and that worked correct. So now all we have left here is decorating the course and putting in our volcano. So to start off with here, let's go ahead and grab some smooth sandstone. And from this back area here, let's just go ahead and just kind of honestly freehand this. We're going to put in some sand surround around the bottom of the volcano. So we've got our first layer of sand in here, and you know, just for fun, let's go ahead and test our little volcano right now, just to make sure everything's working correctly. As you can see, when we come in there, that sets off, and then let's test this one over here too. Alright, so both of them are obviously working. So like I said, all we have left right now is just some decoration around the course and to build our volcano. So let's go ahead and put in our trees too. So starting right back here, let's put in a sapling, and let's go ahead and move back every 3 blocks and put another sapling with some bone meal on top there. 2, 3. Like I said, a spacing of 3 in between them. That's pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side here. I am using the oak sapling, by the way. So we're going to come back right here, and we're going to place an oak sapling with some bone meal. Come back with 3. Or spacing of 3 in between, I should say. Alright, so now we're going to want to kind of trim these up here. They got a little bit tall. Let's go ahead and shave the top off a little bit. Right, and then for actual functionality of the course, we're going to make sure we have some smooth walls in here. So let's go ahead and grab some flowering azalea leaves. Let's go ahead and add in some azalea leaves. Let's just clean up that wall here so it's all even. We don't have the tree leaves, we'll put in the azalea leaves. And this is just so we can make our trick bank shot around the course here. Let's go ahead and take this back. And you can custom make your trees. I'll be honest with you right now, I'm just being lazy by doing the saplings, but so at this point, the mechanics part of the build is actually complete. All we need is the aesthetics. So that should be pretty good for that side here. And you know what? Trim that back a little bit there too. Alright, gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side here. Let's go ahead and throw some on the inside there too, just for fun. Give it a little extra decoration. Alright, shake this down a notch here. So now that we have our trees in, now all we have left to do is the volcano. Alright, so before I forget here, let's go ahead and go back up to the Eruption Chamber with our polished cinnabar or block your choice. Let's go above the extended part of the pistons, and let's add 2 more blocks vertically. Alright, cool. So this will actually hold our sulfur cubes later with the shroom lights in them that will represent the lava that shoots up with the steam. So now that we have that completely finished off for the eruption chamber, I'm going to grab our next set of materials here. So I'm going to be starting off with the basalt, and we're going to be doing a 29 block diameter circle here to start off with. And I'm going to be placing this up right on top of these. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to obviously a 27 block diameter, and we're going to take that up 2 blocks vertically this time. If you need to get the circle generator online, I use Omni Circle Calculator. It works great. Now we can move to a 25 block diameter, and we're also going to bring that up 2 blocks as well. Up 2 on this one as well. Now we're moving down to the 21 block diameter, and we're just going to do a single layer for this one here. Okay, you can see our volcano starting to take form, and now we're going to add a single layer in at a 19 block diameter. So now that we have it to this point, we're going to bring it down to a 17 block diameter, and then we're going to go ahead and bring that up by 2 blocks. For this one, we're going to start with a face of 5. Now we're going to add in our 15 block diameter at just 1 block vertically. For the 13, the 11, the 9, and the 7 block diameters that we're going to use to finish this off, those will all be 1 block vertical as well. So now that we have the basis of our volcano here, we're going to start adding in some detail. We're actually going to replace the top part here with some magma. So let's go ahead and change that out. So let's go ahead and take our magma blocks and replace those last couple layers we did actually with the magma blocks. Alright, now that we have that done here, we can start adding some little lava flow in to the front. And this is just, you can kind of do this however you feel. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now that we got our lava flowing out of the top of our volcano, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the same. Let's go ahead and pull out our shroom lights, and we'll give this a little nighttime lighting here too. So any area we got some little dead spots in here, let's go ahead and throw some shroom lights. Let's go ahead and go around the volcano and do that as in many places as you can. Let's go ahead and fill that in with some deep slate. So, by the way, I'm going to be using a few different variations of blocks here. We're going to be using basalt, tough, polished deep slate, and smooth basalt to kind of give it a little different variation. But like I said, right now let's go ahead and move through and put in some lighting on this thing so it lights up a little better at night. Alright, so I think you guys kind of get the idea on that. And then to soften this up a little bit here, I'm going to come across all the faces, and we're going to take the corners off the faces here. And we'll kind of do that just randomly on the corners a little bit here too. Like I said, just kind of soften this up a little bit, make it look a little less symmetrical. And in all these little areas we just chopped up, we're going to add in some different materials like some polished deep slate, smooth basalt. You get the idea. Just kind of get the idea on what I'm doing here, just changing it up a little bit, adding some stuff in here. We're gonna go ahead and go over all these little shroom lights with some oak leaves here, just to kind of hide those, give them out a little bit more decoration. Well, we don't have to go so extensive on that, but let's change that out here real quick. Two of those in one area. Oops. That is where I'm going to leave you folks with the volcano here for now. We're going to go ahead and finish this off with some more sand here around the edge and some more little decorations. But for right now, I'm going to let you guys kind of decorate your volcano to your liking, because everything is functional as of this moment. So just go ahead and come in here and do a little decoration on this here too. Let's pull this back. Now the only thing left to do, it looks like, is put in the rest of our little lime concrete. And let's go ahead and play the course as well. So let's grab some lime concrete here and fill in this hole. And before I forget, let's go ahead and go up to the top of our eruption chamber. And let's go ahead and spawn 3 sulfur cubes, fill them with shroom lights. Alright, now we can go over to the front of our course and spawn another sulfur cube and put, not a baby sulfur cube, get out of here. Alright, so spawn another sulfur cube and let's put dead horn coral block in there, or any coral block of your choice. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out our course. Alright, hole in one. And we got our eruption. Go ahead and set this to nighttime. It's a lot more control. Alright, so. Oh, jeez. Gonna have to go play this one on the other side of the course. Alright, and we got our eruption working. We have our fully working volcano-style mini golf course. One more thing we could do is come in here with some torches. And let's put some torches on the back side of these trees just to light everything up here. And if you want, you can even throw some on the inside of the tops of the trees. You guys get the idea on that one. Well, folks, I hope you liked this tutorial for Broke Redstone Gaming. I'm going to be doing a full mini golf series on a few different things. I got the windmill golf as well as the clown golf, and I'm going to be coming up with a couple more ideas as well. Please, if you guys like this, subscribe and let me know what you think of this in the comments. I'll see you next time for another Rogue Redstone Gaming tutorial.